Reviewing tarot incentives. This reading is for Scorpio signs or those who'd like to know more about what's going on with Scorpio, everything pertaining to them. This is a free Q&A with an entire hour dedicated to Scorpio signs and those who are cross watching. So if you're a cross watcher, by all means, type in your questions or comments, and I'll check those out. If there are not a lot of questions coming in, we shall turn this into an ASMR tarot incentives episode. Ooh. So there is a Libra sign who at least one of you guys fancies quite a bit, and the advice that's coming out is for you to go ahead and talk to this person and tell them how you feel, because you probably won't be bumping into them for a while. They are going to be called toward doing something spiritual that's going to take up a lot of their time, so you'll be less likely to run into them should you finally decide to speak up about your feelings concerning something. So, um, letting them know is going to be something that they'll appreciate, and they will want to consider it with everything else that they're doing. Whether they, place things into categories or what, this is just coming in as being something that they're going to want to know how you're feeling. It's not going to stop anything they're interested in, but, at the same time, this is another part of their life that is still, it means a lot to them. So they're going to want to know if you're ready to come up off of that information. Otherwise, you just be taking it for granted whether or not you want to say something to them. If you are at Scorpio, think about it if you've had your mind on a Libra. Now, if you're Scorpio and you have anything you'd like me to look up, let me know. You have ample time to think of something. If you don't already have something on the brain to ask. Now, there is a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio who may have some sort of issue with their side. So you might want to check on any water sign friends or neighbors. else who's like going to be acting testy and uncooperative. However, I mean, it's for some petty reason. So don't look too much into however this Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo person is acting. Deep tones, intentions, and actions. Message and suffer. Moment, messages, and trance. Vitesse, destination, final, encanyo. Neuf batons, nifty batons, courage, conquest, sur un nouveau territoire, obstacles, surmounts, DT batons, fin époussemen, fatigue, les heures à l'heure, il est 10 heures, reposeur et 10 heures, regenerate, valet de batons, curiosité, enfantine, humor, voyageur, enchantment, face amount, cavalier de batons, endure juvenile, excitation, passion, explosion, tacitus, ring de batons, énergique, sexual, charismatique, adore, actrice, presence, Tilosat, Roy T. Batons, icon, anti-conformist, metre, Histor, T. Russat, leader, idealistic, So Scorpio, as fate would have it, someone who has been throwing you shade is about to be leveled off. They will be leaving you alone. This is coming in with an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So they will be coming to terms with whatever it is, or something having to do with the way things are shaping up is going to remove them or their energy from just being around for you to have to deal with. You guys are going to be on two very different paths, and their path is coming in as something that's going to be pretty narrow, at least for some time. And that's what's coming in for you thus far. Shout out to the person who just decided to peek in on the live. The ASMR that I was doing, in addition to the shuffling, was card meaning reading. The meanings for different cards. Just wanted to mention that in case someone was like, "What? What am I hearing?"
Oh.
I'm gonna also do readings in person. Anyone who wants to, from my neighborhood, come in and have a reading, I will be doing their readings on the live. So you can, just ask, or either I can put the camera on them, whatever they so choose. So someone wants to know who they are going to be working out with as far as romantically. Someone's kind of curious as to who they'll be dating, if it's going to be someone who they've dated within the past year or so, or if it's going to be a new person. And let's see what's coming in. For this male person, there is a Scorpio. So I don't think this person has Scorpio in their sun or moon or what have you, sun, moon, rising. However, it works still to read about who's coming through for this person, because they had Cancer before a Cancer sign was interested, and the other person coming in is a Scorpio who has an interest in this male individual, because someone else they are having rocky times with because of judgment on both of their parts. They have had somewhat of an issue, not to put their business out there or anything, but y'all know how we do on here. Next, who else wants a reading? Who else wants something specific answered? I'm gonna just hang out a little bit on here and see if anyone has any questions that they need answered today. go ahead and get comfortable. Not too comfortable. So again, this is going to be an hour live. For the Scorpio who would like to know when they're going to be meeting someone because they've been dating and they don't really want to take it forward and become serious with who they've been dating. They have a lot of reservations, shall I say, about someone who they've been dating, and you would like to know who's coming towards you. And the person who you are going to have the option of getting to know better is an earth sign of Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. And you are likely to really click with this person better, who will be coming your way. Someone wants to know what's the demo with a Scorpio who is, this person has been brushing them off. This is Virgo, a Virgo person. Um, and let's see what the issue is for this person who has been brushed off. And they haven't really gotten a lot of input as to why. Oh, okay, so what's coming in is all right, so this looks like the page of coins here. So it could be that they're focused on their money because after all it's coins. Additionally, the page of coins indicates that they're on a quest for knowledge and understanding, and they have a lot of focus on possibly learning something, and they may feel like distracted. So if they're taking some classes or something, or if I feel like someone has an interest in archaeology or something else that okay, so they feel like they've spread themselves kind of thin. However, they are very resilient. And let's see if this is something that you could possibly be taking um, personal. All right. So also, they feel like things are out of their control. They feel like if they try to step into a new relationship, because they have to give so much of their attention away, and also because of another factor, like several other factors coming in, they feel like no matter how much time or effort they put in, it's not going to fly. Let's see what those other factors are. So this person is a Scorpio, or either they are. This is in regard to a Scorpio dealing with you. Okay, so the Magician and a bad plan. So someone feels like maybe this other person came to them all wrong, and they had a bad plan about how they came to them. And they also feel that this person is a trickster. So that's why they really don't want to be involved. In addition to them being really, really busy, they feel too busy to be downtrodden, too busy to. They feel like you would throw them off of their guard, and they actually just have their guard up with you because they feel like, yeah, there's some type of trickery going on. It could be they don't feel like you're loyal or capable of being in a monogamous relationship. They feel like um, the your behavior is not like really up to par. That's what's coming in with this Magician here and all the swords coming in, like bad planning. So, you know, that is not looking like, something that you're going to want to continuously pursue. So for that person with that going on, if it can't be clarified and it looks like things like that is just their opinion there and it's pretty sturdy for them, there is going to be a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo in hindsight, after that, who, it's going to be a better fit, this earth sign. Um, and coincidentally, Scorpio is a water sign, and um, then there's the earth sign coming in. And water and earth signs do go extremely well together. It's going to be easier for you guys to get along anyway. A little bit of astrological dating. That's a pro tip coming in there. It's earth and water signs, and fire and air signs, which seem to be most compatible. The first two together and the second two together, respectively. There's another Scorpio who is getting some heat from a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries person who they've been dating because they want to take it up a notch. They're ready to ball and chain you, excuse my French. And you actually don't know if this person is the one because you don't feel like you've had any signs. They don't really stand out more than anyone else who you've previously dated. So you're not sure how to respond to that because you thought you'd feel some other kind of way to know, you know. And the advice coming in for you is temperance. So definitely, if you feel rushed, that's a red flag, and that's noted here with the temperance card coming in. A little bit more as far as advice that's coming in from the tarot when it comes to temperance. Let's see. I mean, temperance usually, I mean, by one side of the token, it stands for a Sagittarius sign. So if that person is not a Sagittarius, Scorpio, then it's there's another person who you're likely to meet who is a Sagittarius, who very well you're gonna be able to have more fun with, and it very well could be a better fit. Um, that said, temperance also means that balance. You need more balance within this relationship if you're going to take it up and feel good about it in the long run, because there's some complexity going on in your relationship with this person who is pushing you to move forward. There is space for refinement with you guys. Purification can occur if there's refinement. There's a lot of processing that has to be done. I feel like if you guys move forward and things are, if they become, less complex, if things can become refined, then you'll be able to move more, more smoothly toward a direction of, yes, okay, let's get hitched or what have you. Being that temperance shows the ability to hold oppositional awareness with some comfort. So, if you guys have a lot of opposition vibes, that in itself can like open the doors to plenty of arguments there with that bold opposition. However, with refinement, you do have the ability to, or this other person at least, you both may have that ability to hold those oppositional viewpoints without letting it undermine your relationship, so to speak. Because you are likely to go through more of a fusing process as you grow together, but it's going to take love, to get through that. Be forewarned that you guys have some severely opposing viewpoints that may have not even hit the fan yet. So no wonder you're feeling like, should you just kind of like break it off now because they're going to keep being pushy. So, I mean, at most, giving it a little bit more time, that is going to be something that is revealing and helps you to make up your mind. It's not going to require much more time, though, because I can already tell that there is some opposition waiting in the wings with some things that you guys um, are not in agreement concerning. Now, there is a Scorpio who is going to be looking at something a little bit differently. And this is something having to do with a business proposition that someone has made with this Three of Wands coming in. So, for some reason, you know, if you have been holding off with something that is business related, yeah, you're going to be looking at things a little bit differently with the Hangman coming in. The Three of Wands is about collaboration, and it's going to be pretty auspicious from what I'm getting, but you're going to have to be brave about it. And you may be less inclined to do one thing over another. However, I do get some fearless energy coming in. So, with whatever you may not have wanted to do, maybe like last year or previously, when it comes to a business move, you're more secure in doing that. There's something that's going to be happening, or something you're going to, some message that you're going to impart. You're going to work through something, you're going to figure something out, and then you are going to want to proceed in a more bold manner with something business related. I do see that coming in with what you have going on as far as a career path. What do the cards have for MIG? Okay, so a fortunate change. A change. Where, okay. Ooh. Okay, so let's see. All right. So this is the Wheel of Fortune, followed by the Hangman. So some sorts of ups and downs, and then the Hangman. So there could be a viewpoint that's changed um, about something. So this shows that what has emerged or will be emerging is an energy that exists beyond the capacity of humans to really understand or grapple with. Um, and there's definitely some change that could make something more easy to view differently. A sacrifice is also possible. some sort of sacrifice to help someone to make up for something or get themselves into a better position. Someone may be having a vision. They may have already had a vision, and so they were kind of locked in to something mentally. Lucid dreaming could have been showing up for someone here, the person who you mentioned. Seeing the world in a whole new way. Um, Inversions come into play when you talk about this particular card. This is a situation requiring a new point of view anyway, at a moment's notice. Um, and, you know, it can turn someone on the edge of a dime at a moment's pause, at a moment's notice. And this just shows that life is relative. This is reiterating that fact with something going on with this person. Um, this person may be ready to move out on a limb in some way to move towards whatever this vision was. They felt like um, they were headed towards, and they're ready to claim it in a way of, hey, I'll move out on a limb for this. And then there is news, some news related to this that I'm noticing coming in with this page of swords that has come up too. And then next to it looks like the Ace of Cups. The Page of Swords, that's about truth and feelings. The Cups, Ace of Cups, that's emotion. Some emphasis on emotion. So one person may be really analytical. Yeah, this person looks like they're dealing with something that they've been trying to analyze, and they also have some emotions that they can't help but to feel at the same time with this page of wands. So they're just trying to deal with that. Um, the page of swords, the page of swords here references someone who is really smart, really insightful, and they can, discover whatever they need to. Someone can hint things to them, and, you know, they can really pick up on stuff in that way. And that may be something that they are being placed in a position to do at this point. Um, they're swift. They can be swift if they have to be. Um, and of course, you know, this person wants to figure things out. Like, if I had a vision for this, however, it's not falling through in a certain way, or at all, if something seems like it's not going the way that the vision was showing them, they may be prone to allow a situation to be, to kind of, just try to deal with it. That's where this person may be kind of like just trying to deal with it, although they do have this vision and these plans that may very well be ongoing in the back of their mind. But then the truth of the matter is they're trying to just um, deal with it, even though they have other stuff like that they're trying to work through because they've had this vision. And then again, the Ace of Cups shows emotion. It shows something coming to fruition, materializing as well. So it may seem like things are not moving in some area, and yet the background, something like the mechanics of it symbolically show otherwise. But it's just not, you know, it's like traveling somewhere and yet you're not there yet. And, the saying is, enjoy, enjoy what? Work with the process and enjoy the you know, the thrills of getting there, something like that, right? But with the Ace of Cups, it's talking about someone having a lot of heart, someone being forgiving, maybe forgiving themselves if they've had this vision that they wonder, they're starting to maybe doubt it and think that it's faulty. But this is about honesty and being honest with oneself too, with this Ace of Cups. This is feeling your emotions without reacting. So this person is emotional, however, they're not making any, direct moves. They're just feeling that emotion, swelling up inside of them. So this person is emotional. Um, they are digging for their own personal truth. They're finding their personal truth within some scenario. And they have these feelings that are pretty much overflowing, an outpouring of emotions from the highs to the lows and all shades in between. That's what's represented here. So they could have some good days and some bad days, and they're just working through all of that. So that's what's coming in with this person. How how are the finances this year? It's saying rotate device right through the middle, so it's hard to see like the full question. How's the financial? How's the financial coming in for this year? Financially, let's see what's coming in for financial. With financials, all right, something having to do with the moon is coming in with financials. So there could be a Pisces link when it comes to making money. The other side of that, two sides of the same coin here, is that there's a deep pool of something subconscious that could very well contribute to making more dividends. Um, there's the emergence of something new from your subconscious, something new possible from different cycles. There's also money that could possibly be made from strange happenings or something that other people consider somewhat strange, because the moon represents those things. There are any uncanny feelings that you get that have to do with money. Pay attention to those, because the moon is going to reveal um, things like that. Anything having to do with dreams, you're going to want to pay close attention to, because you could very well be having some dreams that could contribute to the well being of your finances. Yes. Also, double check everything for errors. Like if you are doing something, um, budgeting, anything tax related, keep abreast of everything that's going on like that, so that you can pick up on any errors in those departments. And that's the advice coming in financially. and never ever have to work. What? You're welcome. You're welcome. Mm, I see. So let's see if anyone else has questions coming in. So, for you, if you really find a job, you know, whatever job choice deplorable to that extent, savings is coming in as something that is going to be in your best interest. You know, if you're not trying to go down a certain road. So, you know, with the proper investments, definitely you're going to want to save. That is advice coming in from the tarot for you as well. Because if that's truly how you feel, you know, the tarot is not judging you by any stretch of the imagination. It's just saying hold on to the funds that you do have. Definitely don't splurge. Okay. Um, and that's what's showing up here as your advice. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you're going to be saving if you're not working. I'll just throw that out there. Uh, and then that would explain why the tower has presented itself here. The tower is showing up um, with something crumbling. So if you overspend, this could be a warning that some things cannot actually go as planned. So just make sure you're not overspending. Make sure you're budgeting accordingly, especially if you know you're not going to be working. You know, that doesn't really leave any room to do like the extras. Um, it may even be just basics constantly. I mean, when I'm saying extras with the tower coming up, I mean, that doesn't look like even, the things that maybe a lot of people are considering basic that truly aren't. But I'm sure that'll be something you'll be able to figure out. Again, though, saving is coming in as your advice. And it could just be saying plan for a really huge rainy day, some sort of collapse. I mean, which could happen even as someone who's working every day, because companies have been known to collapse um, for sure. It's just interesting because the tower came in right next to, I believe that was the Four of Coins there. So I'm getting like this vibration of miserliness there. I know that a lot of times it's just more about saving than anything else. No matter how other people view it, it could be that someone else may view you saving as being miserly. However, like they just have to accept that for, you doing what's in your best interest. if if they're viewing you as miserly. Yeah. Well, it's good if you're gonna be good at saving. That's definitely what the advice is suggesting that you do. So I don't know. Uh, I just know saving is coming in as a must right here. I mean, sometimes, it's like if you're doing some job that you really love, it's like, what's the saying? They say it's like you're never really feeling like you're working a day in your life if you love what you do. But I mean, who all is, doing something that they really love? You know, I figure you could, just people in general could work and then their hobbies could help them feel like they're living a more full, a more fulfilling, as well as a more full life, a full existence. However, like you'll find that sometimes, you're gonna feel like, hey, you're so tired, you just don't have time for the hobbies. Some people, and that's why it's so good to have weekends off. There have been people discussing alarm bells. Well, they've been not discussing them, but like talking about, the alarm bells have been sounding for them because, especially for in certain portions of the world, they're discussing like something called like Sunday blue laws or whatever. So anyway, it's like honestly, a lot of places are not open on. I mean, some places you'll find they're not open Sunday or Monday. Some places are not open Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, and you know, it's it's good to have some time to kind of like recoup, re, um, just revamp, just be able to get some time in. I mean, humans are not machines. Well, some people say the human body is like a well built machine. However, like rest, and time to ground yourself really is seen as a must for many people who are well rounded. the best way I feel like I can say it. Should you sell your car? You own the car for almost 20 and you're having an issue. Okay. Hello to the other person in here right now. All right, let's see. With your car related question, what answer comes up? Okay, so the connotation here is like things could possibly be at their worst. Like things could make you feel like you're at your wit's end if you sell it. Because that's the question. Should you sell it? Um, and it just, this is the, how many is rubbing off here? But anyway, I think it's like five of coins. So when you ask, that's what came up, the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles shows that you could be overcoming adversity and getting stronger. You could be doing this with someone else. The help that you really need, the help that you require, is before you. However, this does show poverty and challenges. This shows stress. This is a storm here showing up. And this is also a test coming in. That's what this stands for. Some sort of test. And, you know, there's poverty right here. So, you know, that just shows, you know, like when you say, should you sell something valuable to you? What I'm showing here, this is what came up. This shows poverty that goes along with that. So, definitely, if you're choosing not to work, you know, that's one thing. However, what happens if you sell that vehicle and then you choose to work? Then you're going to, I mean, you could probably navigate yourself to wherever you have to go. However, as things sometimes go, it may be a little bit further than you anticipated at any point in time. Whatever the case may be, poverty is coming in here to answer that question for you. So I'm like, if this person sells their car, what is it? It just looks like things could be like on the down and down as opposed to the up and up. If you do that, I mean, different strokes for different folks, but specifically, this is all that's coming in. So, you know, that's me being the messenger telling you that because that's what this shows. Like, it's kind of hard to see because, you know, there's such a gloss, there's such a glow to this beautiful card, right? And yet, it just shows someone really in the thick of it, some real stress going on in that scenario right there. So it could be that if you jump the gun and you sell it, that you actually could have got more if you would have perhaps waited. Or it could just mean that like now is not a good time. And that's just what's coming up here because it's something having to do with less cash flow. There you go.